Hey guys, welcome back to the TohirT channel. Tahir is here. I hope everyone had a fantastic week. As always, it's another weekend and yeah, we're back. We're talking a little bit about the travel, and specifically, we are talking about souvenirs and mementos that you guys bring with yourself from different adventures in different parts of the world or your own country. Are you the kind of person who collects those shot glasses? Or maybe you're the kind of person who brings those magnets for your fridge? Or maybe you collect spoons and forks? Nothing against either of those, but for this exact video, I'm gonna share a little bit about what I bring from different parts of the world and different adventures that I partake in. To be honest, I never felt like any of those. On one hand, I hate when things pollute the shelves unnecessarily, he said, with a shelf right behind him. Well, those things are useful, they add the character. Well, anyway, I do hate when those things pollute and kind of like, collect the dust elsewhere around the house, not in the background of my videos on YouTube. And to be quite honest, some of them just lack the character or the local spirit of the country and its culture, because yes, I do get that you put the name of the country on it, maybe one of the key, monuments of that particular region, say Big Ben or Pyramid of Giza, but a lot of them are actually produced overseas and just brought back, imported and sold to tourists at cheap. This is not what I want to support. This is not what I want to bring with me back into my country, back for my day-to-day life. So I picked something very specific. And you might have guessed it already, so why won't we just address it? Why did I pick the bracelets? I think there are very simple three reasons for it. Number one, I always had an affinity, obviously, for things on my hands. I always liked something as a jewelry piece on my hands, so bracelets kind of became a natural thing. Number two, bracelets are very common and they're easy to find when you travel. There are very few countries in the world, and I bet there probably are none out there that do not have some sort of bracelet as part of their culture, even maybe as part of the culture for a different gender. Who cares? I'm still probably gonna rock it if it looks nice. And mostly, they're relatively inexpensive, so you don't have to spend that much money to get one of those souvenirs. And finally, and primarily, one of the big reasons for it is that in my day-to-day, as I go through my day, I always wear a bracelet. I always have a bracelet on one of my hands. I promise I don't wear all of them at the same time, maybe a few on one of the hands and the watch on the other one. But in the morning, when I put one of those bracelets on, it reminds me of the country where I got that bracelet. It gives me that small moment during my day where I look at it and I just recollect it. Hey, I got this bracelet back in Ireland, or maybe I got this bracelet back in Uzbekistan, in my home country. Maybe I got this bracelet in Bali. Or in case of some of the experience, which I also sometimes go for, is that if there is a passion in my life, like astrophysics and the space around us, I have this astronomy beads, which are the bracelets representing the movement of the moon, or maybe it represents the Jupiter and its moons and Europa, my favorite celestial body out there. Yeah, it can be different representation of different parts of me, and it can be mixed with the culture of the other country that I visited. Together, they give me this small reminder every single day, rather than some item that I'm gonna forget about, that's gonna sit at the top of the shelf and I'll never look at it unless I'm actually going there to dust things. My message to you in this video is very simple. Don't be lazy about the kind of souvenirs that you collect from your trips. On one hand, I totally get the fact that now we have the globalization out there, and now a lot of countries are trying to create some sort of uniform experience for the tourists from all over the world, because they want them to feel comfortable as well as open to embrace the local culture. With this uniformity, you start seeing the same exact type of souvenir in different parts of the world, and the only difference is that they have a different flag, and as I've said, maybe they have some sort of like a London Bridge instead of the Statue of Liberty on them. Don't be lazy. Are you feeling inspired yet? You should. You should really think about what is your passion, what truly represents you. Think about what can then be brought from those countries, from those cultures that you're gonna keep in your house or keep around you, and that will remind you about your adventures in past. Maybe it can be some sort of a thing that you're gonna hang on the wall, but it's gonna be in the main living room, constantly reminding you about that particular trip. Or who knows, maybe it's gonna be a piece of clothing that you're just gonna wear from day to day, and every time you put it on, it's gonna bring you that feel, that smell, that passion that you had while you were exploring and embracing a different culture. And an extra bonus and the icing on the cake of that souvenir will actually be the fact that you supported the local business. Instead of buying something that was brought into that country from overseas and produced somewhere on some factory, you will bring something from a local artsman or craftsman who sat there and created maybe the bracelet, maybe the piece of clothing, maybe that aforementioned spoon. Whatever that is, as long as it's locally sourced, as long as it fully represents the culture and it mixes well with what represents you and your personality, that would make a perfect souvenir and perfect memento from any part of the world that you'll visit. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree? Well, in either case, I'm very curious to hear in the comments below what you collect from different parts of the world. And don't be ashamed if you are collecting currently shot glasses or something a little bit more uniform. It's never too late to start, and again, another bonus, it will actually be an excuse to come back to one of those countries that you visited and enjoyed so much and bring back something more unique that now truly represents you. In any case, thank you very much for stopping by. If you're new to this channel, go ahead, hit the subscribe button and check out the videos in the backlog. And if you're already a subscriber, thank you very much for coming back. As always, let me know in the comments below what you thought about this video, and I will see you all next Saturday, 10 AM Eastern, on this very channel. Now I'm gonna switch from this to something a little bit more casual, maybe a single bracelet. And anyway, like this video. Peace!